So I just had a session with a church where I was on Zoom talking to about 10 leaders about vision, and it became abundantly clear, which I've always known, but it just became abundantly clear that if you are going to lead your organization forward to accomplish a big vision, it is going to require everything. Listen, thanks so much for just taking a minute and watching this video. Literally, I just got off the call with the church who is trying to execute their vision in their particular location. And what happened was they came to the realization that in order for us to pull this off, it's going to require us to give of ourselves, of our time, of our energy, of our resources, significantly more than what we have ever done before. And I think a lot of organizations don't really recognize the costs to execute vision. Many of us, we think in our minds that the vision that we want to accomplish is a great idea. It's a good idea. Yeah, sure, we want to do it, but we don't actually recognize the amount of time and energy and sacrifice and faith that is going to be required to actually pull that vision off. And so we kind of satisfy ourselves, pacify ourselves even with the idea of, yes, we have a big vision, but if we never reach that vision, I'm good because I kind of like where I am, not having to give a lot of myself, not having to give a lot of my time. And yet the reality is you might as well not have a vision if you're not going to be willing to move it forward. Now, I just want to say this is that I know there are many of you all out there who you recognize like, yes, we have a big vision. We're going to go for some things. We believe that God is going to do some great things in our organization, in our church, in our community. And it might feel like it's taking longer than what you would hope. And I just want to encourage you that visions take time. It takes time. Like you have to tee up the vision. And sometimes, I don't know if you ever play golf, but sometimes you have to put the vision ball on the tee, and you just have to tee it up and just wait. Because there's someone else down in the fairway that if you hit it now, you're going to knock them out. So you just need to wait. Like continue to be patient and work with your vision. Wait for your vision. But understand that this vision, it will come to pass if you are willing to put forth the time, the energy, the resources, and the effort into moving that vision forward. So yes, they're hard, they're difficult, they require everything. But the reward of the vision is so much sweeter than anything you could have ever imagined. As I was talking with this particular organization, this particular church, as a leader was just kind of reflecting on what's actually going to be required of them to move the organization forward, I could just see the other leaders who were on the call as well beginning to understand that this is not just something that we're going to be able to do part-time. This is not just something we're going to be able to do kind of like half-assing it, forgive my language. Like this is not just something we're going to be able to do just kind of casually as we go about our day, kind of like giving our time, our discretionary time to accomplishing this. No, like if we're serious about moving this organization forward, it's going to require a large investment of our time and our energy. And as the leaders were kind of coming to this awakening and into this aha moment, one of them actually started posing the question like, hey, are we willing to go the distance? Are we willing to make the investment? Are we willing to really go all in on this vision? Or are we just kind of playing church? Like, are we just kind of pacifying ourselves with the idea that we have a vision, but we're really not trying to go all in with it? And what I want to do is I want to encourage you to ask your core team that question. Like, are you really willing to go all in, or are you just really kind of pacifying your leaders and pacifying even your own conscience with the idea that we have a vision, even though you kind of know underneath at the core fundamental level, we're not going to really accomplish this because honestly, we're not putting in the time, the energy, and the effort or the sacrifice required to reach this vision. I don't know if any of you all follow any NPR podcast, but there's one in particular that I follow. It's called How I Built This. And in this particular podcast, the host is interviewing owners and CEOs and founders of major organizations, many of which we have patronized, from Southwest Airlines to Spanx. All my ladies out there know what Spanx is, to just a ton of organizations, Uber and DoorDash. All these organizations. The host of this podcast, How I Built This, interviews them, and a consistent theme throughout these interviews is that when these individuals, before they blew up and before they made it big and made millions and billions of dollars, before that, what they all began to realize is that I have to have this unrelenting belief, this unrelenting conviction that I am going to succeed, that we will accomplish this. And I just want to tell you that if you're going to reach your goal, if you're going to reach the mountain, the peak, if you're going to accomplish all that you want to accomplish in your organization, you have to have this unrelenting belief that I am going to reach it, that nothing is going to stand in the way. We will be successful in accomplishing this thing. Yes, it's going to take time. Yes, it's going to take energy. Yes, it's going to take an enormous amount of sacrifice, but we can do it if we band together and we move forward. And so I just want to encourage someone out there, as you are still in the vision development process, I just want to let you know that, you can climb Mount Everest. It's going to cost you some things, but the reward of you reaching that Mount Everest is going to be so much sweeter than if you would have never tried at all. So go forward, put forth your ideas, your dreams by faith. Go after what you feel God is calling you to pursue. And if there's anything I can do to help you, to assist you in your journey, please jump over to my website, visionclarity360.com. Get in touch with me, and I would love to connect with you to help you bring your vision into reality. Peace.